Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Max, and today I'm going to be talking about how I think Doc Ock will be a villain, but also not a villain in Spider-Man No Way Home. Alright, so as we've seen in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailers, it comes across as Doc Ock is a villain again, and I was very worried that this would undermine all of the positive changes the character had by the end of Spider-Man 2, and it would really erase big aspects of that movie. But now with the main trailer having come out, and I've been, slowing down frames and really looking at what's going on here, I think the nanotech that Doc Ock absorbs into his arms will be the reason that he is good again. Now, I think we've heard that these villains are going to be pulled from the point where Spider-Man kills them, or they die at the hands of Spider-Man is probably a better way to put it. But we've heard this will be the case. And so I think maybe what happens is Doc Ock is pulled right before he is reformed or gains control over the arms and saves the city. And what could possibly happen because of that is he's still a villain at that point, and he really didn't have the reform that he had in Spider-Man 2, or maybe even, I think Alfred Molina pointed this out, that he will be pulled from the point in the river, whether that means when he's sinking in the river or the fight at the river. We don't really know, but even if it's when he's sinking, the arms could still have control to an extent, and maybe they have greater control when he's pulled into the prime universe of the MCU. And what I think will happen, regardless of why he seems like he's a villain again, because he is trying to kill Spider-Man. We see he initially thinks that Tom Holland Spider-Man is the Spider-Man he's after, and it looks like he wraps him up in the tentacle. He has the one tentacle that has the spike coming out of it, and he's about to stab him. But then Peter removes the mask, and Doc Ock says to Peter, "You're not Peter Parker," to which Tom Holland responds, "I'm so confused right now." So I think Doc Ock only really wants to hurt Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker, and, he really doesn't have any bad intentions to anybody else. And then later in the trailer and in some of the TV spots, we see Doc Ock in the jail cell talking to Doctor Strange, Peter, and I believe Ned and MJ are there as well. And, they're discussing the Peter Parker and how Tom Holland Spider-Man is not the one that he knows. And in the shot, we can see the nanotech that was absorbed on the bridge. So we know he's in the jail cell, or the containment module, whatever you want to call it, post-bridge scene. And I think he's going to turn himself in. I think he's going to realize this is not what he wants. And he will realize that because my theory is that the nanotech will take control of the arms. We know the arms were not supposed to take control of Doc Ock, but when the tritium started going crazy, it zapped that little chip on the back of his neck that was supposed to allow him to control brain function over the arms, and the arms took control. But what I think will happen is the nanobots will take control of the arms, and Doc Ock, no matter from what point in the movie he's pulled from, he will be reformed again, and I think he's going to be a good guy from that point on. So I think we are going to get a lot of Doc Ock on Tom Holland Spider-Man action early into his introduction in the movie, but after the bridge scene, he will not be a villain from that point forward, and he could still have something against Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, so in that sense he could be a villain. But even for the greater portion of the movie, we see that from what appears to be the final fight, Doc Ock is blasted off of a building by Electro's blast, and it looks like, unless it was just a coincidence and he was standing there and the building fell out from under him when Electro was trying to get Spider-Man or something, it looks like Doc Ock and Electro were going against each other, and the only way that makes sense is if Doc Ock is a hero, because we 100% know Electro is not going to be a good guy in this movie at all. He's going to be like he was in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, even though he has the appearance change, and he's still going to have those same motives and hatred towards Spider-Man that he did in that film. So yeah, overall, I think Doc Ock is going to be reformed because the nanotech is going to control the arms, and he will be able to use the arms as a tool, much like he did in the beginning of Spider-Man 2 before they took control of him. So that's about all I have for now. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.